What's up guys, Kaiju here again with another video, and in this video I'll be comparing the PULSAR PARACONTROL and the AQUA Control Plus. So why am I comparing these guys? So, these are both Hien clones, and I've seen people saying they're pretty much the same. So yeah, let's see. So shout out to Jurl for lending this the PULSAR PARACONTROL V2 to me. Thanks bro. So yeah. First, let's go for this one because I already reviewed the Aqua Control Plus. So the Pulsar Power Control is like it's bigger. What's the size of this thing again? Um, it's 460 by 410, so it's like 10 cm bigger than the Aqua Control Plus, and the surface feels almost the same, but this feels fuzzier for some reason, and the stitching of the Pulsar Power Control is also better than the Aqua Control Plus. Oops, everything is falling apart. Okay, so yeah. So the stitching, if you guys can see, um, the stitching of the Pulsar Power Control is a lot thinner. It's also almost leveled to the surface, so it doesn't really bump your mouse as much. This version of the Aqua Control Plus, or this copy of the Aqua Control Plus, has better stitching, because my first Aqua Control Plus, like, the stitching was pretty bad. It was so thick and raised that I literally couldn't like go over it with my mouse. My mouse really just legit stops. But this one, they improved it, but still, the stitching is not as good as this one. It's still a little bit raised and a little bit thicker. Next, the again, I don't know if you guys saw the surface, but they look almost the same. I don't know. Yeah. In terms of feeling of the surface, I prefer the Aquacontrol Plus. It's less irritating than this one. This legit feels fuzzy, and it really, you feel something on your hand or your forearm as compared to this. This feels more smooth and more premium. So yeah, it's I don't know if you guys will be able to see the small size difference there. See. Anyways, yeah. Next would be the rubber backing. So I think this is a really one of the stark differences of these pads. Like, the rubber backing of the Pulse Power Control is a lot better than the Aqua Control Plus. Even though they seem to be the same OEM rubber backing, like, 3 out of 3 of my Aqua Control Plus copies. Like, I've had 3 Aqua Control Pluses. Man, I can't pronounce that. Like, this is like my second Square Aqua Control Plus. I have a desk mat Aqua Control Plus, and yeah, even that has bad rubber backing. Like, legit, the rub. You can see how easy it is for me to move this mouse pad. Like, it's moving. See, and I'm not even like really digging it in, man. It's moving like side to side. It doesn't bother me that much, but in vertical movement, see, it just moves. Like, the rubber backing is just so bad. I've never had this problem, like, legit, with any other mouse pads. Even the cheapest mouse pads that I've had, like even office mouse pads, they don't move like this. And I don't know what's wrong with this mouse pad, but it's just so bad. The rubber backing is just so bad. But again, it's weird because my X-ray pad is great, made by the same company. That the rubber backing of that pad like sticks pretty well, like no issues. But this one, like in my 2 other Aqua Control Pluses, the rubber backing is just so bad. So I don't know why they can't fix it. I mean, they managed to improve on the stitching. The stitching definitely looks better, feels more premium, but really, this is like the worst rubber backing I have. Like, the IKEA pad, which is like almost 3 times cheaper than this pad, has better rubber backing than this pad. Okay. Then comparing it to the Pulsar Power Control, the rubber backing is pretty good. It doesn't move as much. See? See, it doesn't move. It still moves slightly. It's no artisan rubber backing, but it's kind of like a normal rubber backing. It's like what you would expect from this budget category. Like it's kind of the same as other mouse pads. So then, see, it doesn't move. Like it only moves if I really try to move it, and it doesn't even move that much. But yeah, like in game, I legit don't feel it moving. It moves very, very slightly, but I don't feel it in game. Heck, it did not affect my performance in game, that slight movement. But with the Aqua Control Plus, with how bad it moves, it actually affected me in game. Like, side to side, it didn't affect me in game, but oops. But I noticed when I started like doing like vertical motions, vertical movements, it would legit move. I would legit miss targets because it moved. Like when I'm trying to like adjust like that, my mouse, like it's not the mouse that adjusts, but it's the like my cursor doesn't move, like my crosshair doesn't move, because the mouse doesn't move. What's moving is the actual pad. So like it's more noticeable in like fast-paced tracking games where a lot of with a lot of verticality like Apex. For Valorant, I didn't really notice it, but yeah, for those with a lot of verticality, it's pretty bad. And yeah, I would try to play grid shot, six shot, one wall six targets, and other click timing scenarios, and it's just like I just perform worse. I just get worse scores with the Aqua Control Plus, which is a shame. I really like this pad for some reason. I really like this the design, the feel, and everything, the texture, the firmness. But I don't know, the rubber backing is just killing it for me. Yeah, like I would notice I would like try to micro correct, but instead of my crosshair moving, sometimes it doesn't move, or it just moves more sluggishly because sometimes it's the pad that moves. See. So I mean I think that's legit a game breaker. I don't know why it moves. This I've tried like probably 20 pads, and the Aqua Control Pluses are the only pads that do that. So yeah. So I've gone over the physicalities. So the size, the Paracontrol takes it. The stitching, the Paracontrol takes it. The rubber backing, definitely the Paracontrol takes it. And the price, definitely the Paracontrol is cheaper. Like, I don't know how much. It's like $25, right? Already, and then this one's like 30 to 35. I'm not sure, but I'm for sure this is cheaper. So yeah, here in the Philippines, this is like 1,000 pesos, and this one's like 1,400 to 500 pesos. So it's like this is around almost $8 more expensive, something like that. Yeah. So with the physicalities, the Paracontrol wins. I personally prefer the surface of the Aqua Control Plus though, and the design. I really like it. Oh yeah, this is also thicker. This is like 4 mm, and this is only 3 mm. So yeah, this is a bit squishier. So those that prefer squishier pads, again, another plus for you. But yeah, and not to mention, this is a brand new one. Okay, this is brand new, so you would expect that it should stick, right? And this one also didn't lay, still hasn't even laid completely flat. I already like I put it out for like 24 hours. It's still like that. And then I put like those thick college textbooks, hardbound textbooks, and you know how thick and heavy those are over this for around 2 to 3 days, and it's still not completely flat. It's this part is still a bit raised. This one, on the other hand, is completely flat. But in terms of long-term durability, however, I can't really say for sure which one is more durable in the long run. But in terms of feel, this does feel and look more premium. Anyways, so yeah, those are the physicalities and the price. Now for the function, in a blind test, I'm just gonna say it. In a blind test, I cannot tell the difference, like legit. If you tell me to close my eyes and then you rearrange these, and you just tell me to like move my mouse around, I don't think I'll be able to tell the difference. But I will be able to tell the difference in terms of the surface, because the surface kind of feels different. This feels fuzzy. But yeah, in the blind test, barely any difference. However, if I will say if there is a difference, I would say that the Aqua Control Plus feels like it's less affected by humidity. I don't know, maybe because it's thinner, that it's firmer, it's more consistent. This one sometimes feels faster than the Aqua Control Plus, sometimes it feels slower. But yeah, I would say that the para control, the dynamic friction is less, so it's kind of faster. The dynamic friction of the Aqua Control Plus, you kind of feel the control more compared to this. This one is more freely floating, while this one is more like I can feel the resistance. It's still pretty fast. It's not a mud pad, okay, but yeah, it's definitely I can tell the additional control. So I would say this is slower. Also, that's a dynamic friction, but in terms of static friction, in terms of the static friction, they're almost pretty much the same. It's hard to tell the difference in terms of static friction, but dynamic, yeah, this feels like it has more control over this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So which one should you buy? I want to say the Aqua Control Plus because I'm biased for some reason with the Aqua Control Plus. This was like one of my main one of the first pads that I really enjoyed that I bought. Like my like I bought like a QCK Edge, which I hated after a few weeks. Actually, no, after 2 weeks I hated it already. An Odin Infinity, which was too fast, and a Tiger Abba that I didn't like. And I bought this, and I really liked it, and I made it for a long time. That I even bought two other Aqua Control Pluses, but yeah, like sentimentality and personal bias aside, I really think you should just go for the Para Control because they're pretty much the same pad. Like legit, it's going to be hard to tell the difference. But it's cheaper, it's bigger, it's thicker. The stitching is better. The rubber backing is better. Like I think I can forgive the stitching of this one. It I can still like go over it with my mouse. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't annoy my forearm. The size, I can get over it. What I really just can't get over is the rubber backing is just so bad, and it affects my actual performance in game. So that's just a big no-no. So I'm really just keeping this in terms of for sentimentality and for aesthetics and looks, and whenever I'm just in the mood to play with it. But yeah, I really think that you should just buy the Pulsar Para Control over the Aqua Control Plus. But again, long-term durability, I don't own this. I just borrow this, so it's like, I can't test it for a very long time. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, sub. Peace.